Hey guys, how you doing? I wanted to do a second video, kind of tips, ideas for new fanciers. There's a couple things that I didn't really cover that I really feel like I need to. You can find people that are going to do the exact opposite of the way I do it, and they're going to be successful, and that's fine. That's kind of pigeon racing. There'll be years where you'll have a really good year, and just things are just perfect and easy, and then another year where things are just falling apart. And that's true for one loft races. That's true for a breeding loft. That's true for racing. Those that are really good are just really consistent. But we all have good years. We're all going to have bad years. What you worked one year won't necessarily work the next year. So you gotta kind of. I think we want to have do this, and you're going to be successful. And that's really not the case. You got to kind of adapt and adjust based on the situation. You need mentors in this sport, especially beginners starting out. You need help. A steep learning curve, and mentors can come in a lot of different forms. It can come from YouTube. It can come from articles online. It can come from club members, Facebook groups. Problem is, there's a lot of garbage out there associated with pigeons and in my brain I've got 3 compartments for pigeon information. One of them is stuff that is sound that makes sense. One of them stuff that I'm not sure about, and then the other is just stuff that's BS. So when you hear something, you've got to put it in one of those 3, and the majority of the stuff out there is in that 3rd cabinet, the BS cabinet, just garbage. It's just stuff that I don't think matters. Now, that first year, I talked about in my last video, I had an amazing year. It was phenomenal. Everyone was helpful. A lot of information. I went and visited a lot of lofts and talked to a lot of guys, and I was given a couple breeding pairs from 2 different guys that were great. Jim Ryan and Bob Schneider both gave me a pair of birds to breed from. I had a rabbit hutch already that I could breed them in, and that was cool. And then that spring, birds were coming from all over. Club members were just really helpful, and it was great. Steve Sturchy, Joyce. I had birds from Joyce, birds from Larry, birds from Jim Ryan, birds from Carmen Griffiths, just guys, Dwayne Gregg. I mean, just some great pigeon flyers with great birds, and they were helping out the new guy, and everyone was helpful with information, and then we had that first race, and I won first, second, third. And everyone congratulated me, and it was really cool. And it's a short race, and the next week it happened again, and I won first and second the second race. And the flow of information to the new guy kind of people were still helpful, but it kind of dried up a little bit. I had that phenomenal race series, and then 2006 I didn't race. A terrible time trying to breed pigeons and pair pigeons, and I didn't race in 2007, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on and what I was doing, and the mentors that were kind of helping me, they were still there, but the information wasn't as freely flowing, if that makes sense. And I don't mean any fault to anybody. My club's great, and these guys are all great flyers. Where I did find mentorship is online. The first one that I came across was Lamberton, John Lamberton, Dr. Lamberton. He in 2007, in September 2007, he started doing daily vlogs, and he's someone that likes to write, and he would write all about pigeons, and he'd just be throwing all this knowledge down. He wrote a lot of information on pigeons, and it's information that really helped me. So he would definitely be a mentor to me, even though I didn't know him. Another one is Odd Sherlackens. I think I'm saying that right. But he's a writer as well. Phenomenal pigeon guy. His website's still up. Lamberton's website's still up. All kinds of really good articles. And what Odd in his articles, they just make sense to me. He's kind of a straight shooter. He tells things the way it is. Information that resonated with me, and most of the stuff that he's talking about is in that shelf of good info. Another one is Bill Richardson. They called him Bill the Book Richardson. He was a phenomenal pigeon flyer, pigeon guy. His website's not there anymore, but he had a bunch of articles. He's someone that likes to write, like Dr. Lamberton and Odd, and just really good information. Later on, like 2010, I think that's when really Frank McLaughlin, you know, he started putting out a website and putting a bunch of information out, and just influential in shaping kind of how I look and how I approach pigeons. Obviously, I don't agree with everything that all four of these guys said, but they really kind of shaped my thoughts, feelings, and how I approach pigeons. Even though I didn't know them, mentoring me in the sport. Some people don't like to read, you know, YouTube videos, Jim Jenner's videos, Secrets of Champions, and I mean, he's got, I don't know, like 20 videos that he's put out. If you remember the AU, I think those are free to watch. No, those are full-length movies. They're hour-long movies, I think, and on you know, a bunch of different things, you know. Fanciers all over the world he's interviewing for these videos, and they've got good information if you just want to watch videos. But local guys. So in just about every club that I can think of or combine, there's members that don't race anymore, that still fly birds. Some send out to one loft races. My suggestion would be trying to find somebody in your area that is in that situation, that would be willing to help. Just be observant. Just pay attention to the things they say, the things they do, and you know, I think if you express interest, I think people want to share their information. And even if you don't agree with something, just, you know, nod your head and, you know, say thank you, and you know, I think you can learn something from just about everybody out there. But local fanciers, and I think they would be a beneficial source for also for birds, especially a first timer. I said, okay, luck's a big part of this. There's things you can do to definitely improve your luck, but there is luck involved, especially in breeding and one loft racing, in winning a race, in, you know, over the course of a race series. There's less luck, but anybody can win a race here or there. The third thing is just balance. Finding a balance in your life, putting a limit on what you're going to do with pigeons. Put a limit on how many birds you're going to get. Put a limit on your breeding operation if you're going to be breeding birds. Put a limit on the size of your team. You build one loft, and then you build a second loft, and then you build a third loft, and then you build a fourth loft, and it just gets bigger and bigger. And for me, and I would recommend keeping it small. Hold on to quality birds that race well. They're not all good birds, unfortunately. They all might have good pedigrees. They all might, you know, handle really good. They all might, you know, fly really good around the loft. But if they don't race, and that's your goal, is to do well in racing, then I would just hold on to the ones that race well and let go of everything else. For me, pigeons is just an outlet. It's something that I do that kind of relaxes me. It's easy for me to go overboard. Find what you enjoy about having pigeons and focus on that, and also make sure you're focusing other areas of your life. Make sure that relationships in your life aren't suffering because of your love for pigeons. All right, those are the three things. The luck, you know, there's definitely some things you can do for improve your luck, but luck is huge. Mentors, we all need mentors, and we can learn something from everybody. I think overall your results will be better if you keep it balanced, keep it small. Put a number on the size of the team you're going to have. Put a number on the size of the breeding operation you're going to have. I hope this is helpful. Any comments or suggestions, go ahead and put them down below, and it's just something I think would help you in the long run. Take care.